Friends, we are totally delighted to have you all today at the third edition of Manthan Samvaad. We are overwhelmed by your huge response. Thank you so very much. We are honored to have with us Mr. and Mrs. G.V. Prasad today. Dr. Reddy's laboratories have been very kind in making this event possible. Without their huge help, this would not have been possible. Thank you, Prasad. Malika, where are you? Thank you for your extremely moving performance. You have set the tone for the day, and we look forward to your talk at the end of the day, and those of our other very wonderful speakers. Malika should know that we have kept her talk at the end of the day so that every person here stays back to listen to her. There's a very strategic move in doing that. With Manthan turning 10 this year, we have much to be proud of and plenty to learn from. We are proud of the quality of conversations we have been able to bring to Hyderabad. We are proud of the growing number of speakers who have taken time to come here and deliver talks, including those who have come today. Till yesterday evening, we had 167 talks that have been delivered, and all of an extraordinarily high quality. Most important, we are proud of the great audience that Hyderabad has created. No other city can boast of this audience. Allow me to step back and tell you what made us start Manthan and what makes us keep it going. Friends, we all want change in society. Everywhere you see, you need change. But change doesn't come about on its own. Change is actually very, very critical for our growth and survival. But change does not happen on its own. If you see history, you will find that every time major changes have happened, they have happened because of ideas. There have been people who were driven by ideas who made changes happen. Whether we talk of Gautam Buddha 500 years back, Gandhi in the last century, Darwin, or anyone else, all those who changed human history were driven by ideas. And they are critical for a society's survival and growth. But ideas don't come about on their own. They don't germinate in the earth to come about and happen. Ideas require an environment which would allow them to flourish. Ideas come when thoughts flow free and debates are open. We don't think in a vacuum. An atmosphere which promotes and helps thinking is essential. If a great environment exists which enables and promotes exchange of thoughts and ideas, changes would follow. Manthan was created to enable free and open exchange of thoughts and ideas. Change also happens in society for one additional reason. If you look back in the last 20 years, the way we have looked at homosexuality and the LGBT scenario has changed dramatically. We all have started accepting homosexuality as normal and a part of all of us. In the same way, atheism has changed and become mainstream in the last 20 years. There has been more rejection of religion in the last 20 years than ever in mankind's history. How has this happened? This has happened because of very great, vibrant public discourse. And public discourse across the world has changed people's minds, thoughts, thinking, the way they think, and made changes in society. Manthan believes that vibrant public discourse is extremely critical if we are to remain a liberal, progressive, inclusive democracy, if we are to move ahead. Then we have increasingly become a society which is hugely intolerant and easily offended. We refuse to listen or even acknowledge another person's point of view. Manthan believes that open public discourse is essential for all of us to become far more tolerant. So this is why Manthan was started. And Manthan pursues its agenda with focus. We do nothing else and refuse to do anything else. We engage with citizens not from one community, one profession, one calling. We engage with citizens from all walks of life as they are here today. And that, I believe, makes us very different, that we try to address what is important for all of us as citizens of this country and parts of community. For us at Manthan, anything that can engage an intelligent mind is fine to talk and debate. We talk about everything under the sun: politics, economics, social ills, happiness, science, psychology, law, medicine, ethics, music, culture, sex, atheism. Manthan is non-partisan and apolitical and had hosted talks from all positions, including the political left to the political right. When we started Manthan 10 years ago, we had no idea where the germ of an idea in our minds would go. Today, Vikram and I are overwhelmed with how far Manthan has come. It is humbling to see how far one small idea has come in 10 years, and we look ahead to the next 10 with the same humility and promise. We are proud of the legacy Manthan is beginning to create. This is a legacy we would like to share with more people outside Hyderabad and even India. We are particularly proud today to announce the formation of 2 Manthan chapters. One, a dear friend, Soumya Shashidhara, who is here, has agreed to start the Mohali Chandigarh chapter of Manthan. Soumya, thank you a ton. Would you like to get up at least and acknowledge where you are? I have no doubt that it would work very well. They have been a part of the Manthan community for the last 8-10 years. And the Vivek Vardhini College in Hyderabad has agreed to start a chapter in the college, and we have all agreed to support it. Friends, thank you all for being part of the Manthan journey and the Manthan family, and we count on your continued support in future. Thank you all, our very fine speakers of today, for coming over. We look forward to hearing you. We do hope you will have hope you all will have an enjoyable day. I have no doubt that you would. Thank you very much.
Fellow Manthanites, ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I must say that in this wonderful partnership I have with Ajay and our members of the advisory board, we don't discuss much. And I now find that Ajay has said most of what I wanted to say. What we see today in this crowd here is what we set out to be it's very different from what we set out to be when we started Manthan. And so much has changed in the past decade. We are, however, the same Manthan as we set out to be a decade ago. We are a simple platform for intelligent conversations built on the bricks of differences of opinion. In the past decade, Manthan has had many challenges and a few successes too. As we look back, while we are satisfied with what we have achieved, we are definitely challenged by our task to bring changes in the way civil debate on things that matter and the way it has to be conducted, to build a vibrant democracy. Firstly, some of our challenges. Manthan has not been able to build a wider, younger audience to attend our events regularly and to debate issues which we think are important. Our youth are transforming our nation. I wish Manthan inspires them enough to join our movement in larger numbers. I am not sure whether this absence of enough youth in our group is an apathy of the present youth or a failure of Manthan to include them in our conversations. I would like to believe that Manthan should do more. Today's audience, and when I see here, I'm changing my opinion, has enthused us to work more on these issues, which would include all of us to build a healthy and meaningful dialogue. Manthan also has a continuous challenge to raise the quality of debate, especially in the after hour of the speech when the speaker speaks at our regular Manthan events. At times, and this happens more often than not, the debate is of very high quality. But at times, we must admit that it is disappointing. We would constantly urge our audience to question the speaker with greater depth and clarity. We hope to work more closely with our audience to ensure that at the end of the debate, our minds are sufficiently stimulated to change some of our misplaced perceptions. The third challenge I would refer to is the discussion group we have on Facebook and Yahoo. Some of the conversations which we have had have informed me, some of them have changed me. They have questioned my views and set me thinking for days together. The medium itself offers a unique platform for all of us who are in different walks of life to meet in a virtual space. I have grown to respect the views of some of the Manthanites on this platform, and whom I have not seen or met them, and I doubt I will ever meet them again, ever. I think it's a blessing that this technology offers us to be able to bring together diverse groups to debate issues of interest to all of us. Every once in a while, a member forwards a link which he thinks is interesting and should be shared. This urge to share on a Manthan platform kindles our mind and keeps the group going, and we are encouraged by it. The openness of the debate is a celebration and a freedom to be cherished. But at the same time, some of the posts become dangerously personal and sometimes vitriolic. At times we question ourselves, are we taking too many liberties with our views only to end up disrespecting others' views? Have we forgotten that verbal abuse is also a form of violence where wounds take longer time to heal? Of course, there are successes in Manthan, and many of them. At Manthan, we have managed to get the best of people to engage with us in these conversations. All the 167 talks, I must admit, have been given by the people who were experts in their respective field and who had a point of view to make. The experience at the debate has been standardized. I'm sure all of you or most of you would have attended a Manthan debate. The punctuality, the high standard of the speaker, and the samosas, and the chai and the tea have all added to improve this experience. We are happy to note now that Manthan is thought of by many speakers around the country as a platform in Hyderabad for a conversation. We are proud of this. A city should be remembered not merely by its buildings, but also by the institution it nurtures. What we started as a little space, in my opinion, has become a small institution. Our audience in Manthan are an institution themselves. We have who we call solid Manthanites, we have topic-specific Manthanites, and we have the random Manthanite who comes in for some issues and doesn't come for others, but all of them active Manthanites representing the city of Hyderabad. What this audience has achieved is remarkable, and we may note that this is not yet happening in any other city in this country. We are glad that the initiative has been taken in ISB in Chandigarh and in Vivekananda College here in Hyderabad. You have all spurred us to make the work a little harder to set higher standards, which makes Manthan in Hyderabad so special. We have received support from sponsors, from people of very high caliber, and standing in the society, from volunteers from every walk of life. We always get a feeling that we receive the support from you because all of you somewhere feel that you own Manthan. And that is true. I think this is our biggest success. We have more than 10,000 registered members in Manthan, and each one of them is a partner in our institution. We thank you for building it. Thank you.